Our way to the other side of Elk County to see, well, you guessed it, elk. Elk and Cameron counties are home to the largest wild elk herd in the northeastern United States. Nearly 1,000 of these amazing creatures roam free in the Benezet area. That's where you'll find the Elk Country Visitor Center, a premier elk viewing and conservation education facility with a 4D theater, interactive exhibits, discovery room, live forest cams, and horse-drawn wagon rides. Visitors from all over the world come here to see these animals in their natural habitat. I took that horse-drawn wagon ride to get as close as one can to these large animals. After my scenic tour, I roamed into the visitor center. It's a pretty remarkable structure, and I needed to pick up a few souvenirs for the kids. And me. Have you ever been in a city? All right, first-time visitor, can you give us the top 3 tips? What would you say to somebody who's never been here?
First thing you got to do is you got to experience the old growth forest. Walk the Longfellow Trail. You won't be disappointed. You got to go to Seneca Point and Fire Tower. Then you need to experience the National Wild and Scenic Clarion River. So grab a kayak or a canoe, or just drive your car along it. Go there in the morning. You get to see deer, bald eagles, osprey. You just never know what you're going to see.
Why do people come today?
When they get back in here and they start to be able to experience the forest, it's one of the best places to come in the eastern United States to see and experience old growth forest.
People don't realize how big this forest is, too.
Well, we've got around 8,000 acres of state park land, and within that, we're looking at over 2,200 acres of old growth forest.
Well, let's talk types of trees. I mean, pine comes to mind. Longfellow pine, did I get that right?
That's what we call it. It's a white pine,
okay.
And it's the tallest known tree north of the Smoky Mountains. It's 184 and a half feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
And absolutely incredible tree. We have many record height tall trees in Cook Forest. So we have the tallest known white pine in the northeast, the tallest known hemlock in the northeast, the tallest known black cherry in the northeast.
Wow. All right, now let's talk old growth for just a moment. No, we're not talking about my mother-in-law. Hello. But let's talk about that for just a second. What makes this forest so unique and so special?
These are the old forest trees that started growing here in around the mid-1600s. Some of them started to grow not long after Christopher Columbus landed in the New World.
No kidding.
So yeah, we've got a lot of old trees, a lot of record trees in terms of height and girth, dead standing trees, dead down trees, a multi-canopy layer, so you have different height classes of trees.
Let's talk wildlife. What are we going to see while we're here?
Lots of good opportunity to see lots of deer. We do have good, healthy black bear population. A lot of people come here to Cook Forest to bird. We do have some oddball critters that people don't often get to see, with fisher, which is in the weasel family.
Tell me what went on in this part of the forest.
I mean, our nation was founded in 1776, and most of these trees were already here 100 years before that, so they saw that time period. If we could stand in one place for centuries, what would we see?
Right. There's lots of annual events that take place in and around. Some of your favorites, what would you recommend?
My favorites are our annual French and Indian War encampment that we hold here at the park. We have several hundred reenactors, thousands and thousands of people. It's a 2-day event, so we've got several battles that we do in the woods, in the old growth forest. There's many different educational programs going on through that weekend. We rope off an area, and it's everybody's behind the safety line, and all the action happens around you. Sometimes it moves through the line.
Choose to get in touch with nature is really up to you. And frankly, you expand your comfort zone by trying new things. A nature walk, hiking, mountain climbing, fishing. The possibilities here in these 5 counties is seemingly endless. I did play golf earlier today at the Foxburg Country Club. That's the oldest golf course in continuous use in America. And after, I decided I needed a little quiet reflection to ponder why I even bother with that ever so frustrating game in the first place. A scenic boat ride down the Allegheny River is just what I needed. Maybe I'll take up bowling or attend a festival. I smell a segue. Each fall in Clarion County, in the town of Clarion, you can take part in the Autumn Leaf Festival. This 9-day international award-winning festival attracts more than 500,000 people to the area. Events and entertainment include carnival rides, amusements, and plenty to keep the whole family busy. I also made a cultural stop at Lincoln Hall and discovered a very rare and simply amazing Wurlitzer organ. Now, when I think Wurlitzer, you know, I think of Lawrence Welk. I think of an accordion. I just do. It's my ignorance coming out right here on this interview. But we have to talk about this amazing piece of work behind it, because it's a piece of art.
It is. It's both that with its beautiful French council, but it also is one of only 24 of this kind of Wurlitzer organ that was created. It was originally created in 1929. It was in the Uptown Theater in Cleveland, and it was painstakingly refurbished over 11 years by an engineer, Paul McKissick. When he finished his labor of love, he installed it in a garage in Lake Latonka.
As you do. I mean,
you put it in a garage.
That's where your
and invite your friends, come on in and hear my work. And they did benefits, and Dr. Arthur Steffi attended a concert and said, this is the organ we need for Lincoln Hall.
For here.
And so that was when the Arts Council was first created, and that was in 2005. And the first concert was in 2006. And the beauty about this hall, as you saw, is that these chairs, which point to the wonderful proscenium arch stage with the beautiful Steinway, also get turned around to be able to be looking right at this marvelous instrument.
And there aren't too many of these in the world, in the United States, but there aren't too many people who play these well. Because this is also, I have to, is it a church organ? Is it a theater organ? How do you, what's the classification?
Well, there are pipes, and there's 17 ranks of pipes, but it isn't in comparison to the extraordinary huge pipe organs in churches. On the other hand, it is played normally by a very special cadre of theater organists. We've had probably around 12 to 15 of the finest theater organists in the world play here. They travel around this country preserving this art form. David Wickerham is someone who at intermission of a concert will take requests from everything from Pink Panther to Star Wars, and then for the entire second half he puts them all together. So they have all of them an improvisatory genius, which is pretty much the same also with pipe organists, but it's a very special genre, and we're honored to have this here, and so grateful to McKissick and Steffi for making it possible.
I want to talk about the Red Brick Gallery just for a second here, because it's a labor of love of yours as well. What can we expect to find when we go in?
The Red Brick Gallery is extraordinary because it represents the kind of volunteerism that we have here in Foxburg, and really I would say in Western Pennsylvania. A very unique woman, Donna Edmonds, retired to this beautiful valley, and so she has gathered an assemblage of marvelous artists from the larger region who actually come and work at the gallery doing hours, and they have on the first floor a gift shop, and the second floor houses exhibits.
What are some tips you can help families include the arts as part of the trip?
There needs to be time, even in a very active vacation, for reflection. And the arts always offer that. And so if you can go into an art gallery between going down the river or taking a wonderful Segway ride at Riverstone Estate, which one can do here, and can go in and see the artists and view their observations of nature and many of the beautiful landscapes. That kind of time is great, and it's great for families. The arts are a way to plan a vacation. What's coming up? Is there a festival? Is there a great concert I'd like to attend? And then our concerts are every 2 weeks here.
Wow.
And hopefully people coming here will take a look at what's playing while I'm there and how can I work my entire vacation to be in Foxburg at Lincoln Hall.
To be clear, we certainly could spend a full week here in Pennsylvania's great outdoors region because there's something special about keeping it simple.